All right, hello. Jeez. Oh no, this is bad. All right, hello. My battery's about to die, so I'm in a bit of a hurry. But today, I want to talk about expectations, right? Oh, welcome to episode 4 of Becoming Undeniable. I want to talk about expectations and what happens when your expectations aren't met. So today, for the past month or past 2 months, my expectations were abundantly exceeded, right? When I went from 650 followers before the year ended to 33,000 today, and I didn't even expect something like that to happen. I was fine with ending the year with 650 followers. I was happy with that, but God did exceedingly abundantly and above all that I could have asked for or even thought of or even imagined. And I think there's a verse that says that eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, neither has it entered into the heart of man or heart, something about that. I'll put it here. But yeah, that happened, and I was so happy, so joyful, so elated. It was absolute ecstasy, and I was on top of the world. But recently, my growth has been slowing down. The expected or projected outcome of my growth has now slowed down significantly, and I'm thinking, I'm not doing enough. I'm not where I want to be, and it's made me think about giving up or maybe doing something different. And of course, I think when you're doing self-reflection, you get to the point where you think, okay, maybe I can do something different. Maybe I can improve on this and this and that. And who knows, maybe I will actually change something up. But right now, it's kind of, I think, revealing to me who I actually am under pressure when my expectations aren't met. So when my expectations were exceeded and I didn't even have high hopes like that, I was happy, I was joyous, I was on top of the world. But all of a sudden when, there's a soul-crushing not meeting of your expectation that you're like, oh, wow, I'm sad, I'm gonna sulk, I'm sad, this really sucks. But it's like, that's not, I don't think that's the attitude that an undeniable person has, is that when your expectations aren't met, your automatic mood or automatic decision is to sulk and be sad and just kind of not move and be paralyzed by it. That's not the move. Now, don't get me wrong, that's not what I did, but there was a temptation, something crossed my mind to do that. And I almost did that. I almost felt sorry for myself, but I spoke to some of my brothers in Christ, and I kind of got back on my feet, and I went for a 1 mile run this evening. I am very cold. Don't be deceived. I'm shivering. My hands are actually really cold. But yeah, when your expectations aren't met, who are you? That's really the question. And an undeniable person kind of, I would say, rolls with the punches, but I want to give a more biblical perspective. So I prepared like a bunch of Bible verses just to kind of jog our memory. And I'm going to read a couple of them to you. So the first one, my battery's about to die, man. But the first one is Proverbs chapter 10, verse 28. The hope of the righteous brings joy, but the expectation of the wicked will perish. So this is kind of self-explanatory. Like, people who are following in God's plan for their life, people who are relying on God, who are dependent on God, the righteous are, what does it say? The hope of the righteous, our expectations will bring us joy, but the expectation of the wicked will perish. And I think it shows us a clear demarcation between those who are following God, who are following the righteous things, who are following good things. Our expectations will not be cut short. We will not experience sorrow. But if you're chasing something that isn't really rooted in God, it's like you'll be disappointed. And I think for me, I'm chasing growth for the sake of growth. I'm not chasing it, but I'm just thinking about growth in terms of growth. But God is cooking, basically. He's working in the background on something that I don't really understand. If it's slowed down and my input is the same, maybe he's prompting me to change my approach. He's prompting me to try and understand something different. Or maybe it's slowing down so that it can reach a certain audience. It can reach a certain person, right? Because everything happens for a reason. And so second verse, obviously, Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. And that's beautiful. It's basically the same as the Proverbs chapter 10, verse 28 verse. And this one I like a lot. Proverbs chapter 23, verse 18. Surely there is a future, and your hope will not be cut off. And another one. Shout out to David. Psalm 62, verse 5. For God alone, O my soul, wait in silence, for my hope is from him. And honestly, that's it. The undeniable man puts his hope in God and no one else, because he is the eternal and he never fails. He has never failed and he will never fail. That's pretty much it. So thank you for listening. I don't know if that was better than the previous episode, but if you've gotten something from that, thank you. Let me know. Drop it down in the comments, and Godspeed. All right, so I'm happy the camera didn't die on me. Today's episode was a bit incoherent, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you did benefit from that in a way. But yeah, like I was saying, man, expectations, they'll do something to you. I'm still sad. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm really sad, but the situation was just it is what it is. And in Ghana, we say we move. You know what I'm saying, Charlie? We move. Whatever happens, we move. And some people can say it's toxic or whatever. I'm like, what are you gonna do? Stay still? You're gonna be stagnant? You're just gonna be like, oh no, the wall is done. I'm so done. No, you're gonna have to move regardless. Like I keep saying, the world doesn't stop for anyone. Time and time waits for no man. And that's just it. And I actually saw an Instagram reel today that was talking about Job and God, and how I don't know if it was the devil and God, but there's different theories about who it was. But basically, someone who wasn't of God was talking to God, or someone wanted to accuse Job of something, right? He was saying, I was roaming the earth, trying to find someone who I could devour, basically. And God was like, have you considered my servant Job? Now please fact check me on this. I will put the verse here so you can fact check me. But have you considered my servant Job? And I was thinking, yo, God just volunteered Job, like, yo, bro, have you like, it'd be like someone who doesn't like you was looking for you, and your friend is just like, yo, I know where he is. He's on Avenue. Like, bro, what? So that's just funny to me. But on the Instagram reel, the man was like, so when it feels like all hell breaks loose and everything is failing around you, maybe your name came up in a conversation. And I'm just like, that's kind of cool. Like, God is talking about me. Hey, listen, I'm unworthy, but thank you for considering me. And I want to cause damage to the kingdom of darkness. I want to make the devil shiver. I want to do things that causes the devil to say that, oh, we can't let this guy succeed, so that he tries to attack me, or when he tries to come at me, I know that I'm doing something right. I'm doing something for God. And it's not always going to be the case that just because something bad is happening to me that the devil is attacking me, obviously. But yeah, I don't know. Expectations, they always have to be rooted in God. So I hope you enjoyed that. This is no longer a 5-minute podcast. I always knew it wasn't going to be a 5-minute podcast, let's be honest. But I hope you enjoyed that. And Godspeed. Oh, the camera's still on. Oh.